Welcome to our deep dive. Today we're tackling a really interesting topic, why someone might actually prefer a robot partner over a human one.
Yeah, it's definitely a conversation starter. We've got a bunch of sources here, articles, some research notes, all provided by a listener.
Right, thanks for sending those in. Our mission basically is to unpack the why behind this preference and, what it says about us.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, lots of thanks for your support.
The sources jump right in. They paint this picture of human relationships as, well, sometimes like a dance, right? Sometimes graceful,
Sometimes you step on each other's toes. A lot.
Exactly. Burdened by unspoken stuff, arguments, just the general messiness.
Mm-hmm.
Then compare that to the idea of a robot partner. Always perfectly in sync, always smiling, zero complaints.
So the big question the sources are asking is, are we looking to sort of outsource companionship because we're just tired? Tired of the emotional work.
That emotional heavy lifting. And it seems this preference might come from wanting just consistent positivity.
Right. Avoiding the conflict, the negotiation, the emotional labor that's just, inherent human bonds.
Emotional labor, yeah, that's the term they use. It's that effort, isn't it? Managing your feelings, managing theirs, keeping things smooth. It's exhausting sometimes.
It really can be. And if a robot is, designed not to have negative moods or disagree,
then that need for all that difficult emotional work just vanishes.
Exactly. It makes avoidance coping, just steering clear of the tough stuff, super easy. Effortless even.
Yeah. And communication, too. The sources point out that, only active, constructive responses really build relationships.
Which humans aren't always great at. We fall into passive styles or even destructive ones sometimes.
But the robot partner in these scenarios is programmed for, relentless positivity, always active, constructive.
A masterclass in positive reinforcement, basically. It's the ultimate low-effort option, isn't it? An escape from the psychological cost of difficult conversations.
Definitely. The sources also touch on things like societal pressures and social exchange theory.
Yeah, the cost-benefit analysis of relationships.
Right. We might stay in a tough human relationship because maybe the social rewards seem worth it, like keeping up appearances.
Maintaining that public facade, even if things are tricky privately. And a robot partner, it offers a private escape hatch.
It doesn't challenge the outward appearance.
Creates a kind of dual reality, maybe? A secret way to lower the emotional cost while still fitting in? Raises questions about authenticity, for sure.
Okay, so that covers some of the why the desire to lessen the load, avoid conflict. But how can robots even offer this? That's where the tech comes in.
Yeah, the sources point to a few key things converging, like computer vision, giving robots eyes to read expressions, gestures, the natural language processing, NLP, so they can understand speech, context, maybe even sentiment.
Right, understand what you're saying and maybe feeling.
And then the big one, effective computing, using AI to figure out human emotions from facial cues, voice tone.
And respond appropriately, like simulating empathy.
Exactly, simulating it. That's how they create that artificial connection.
And we see this in actual robots, right? The sources mentioned Pepper.
Yeah, Pepper reading emotions, Ameka with the realistic expressions, Yogi designed for friendship, Monk with those hyper-real faces trying to predict feelings.
So the tech makes that always happy, no complaints persona actually feasible now. They can mirror back what we want to see.
Makes them a viable low-effort alternative in a way older tech just couldn't manage.
Okay, so we have the psychology and the technology, but what about the bigger picture? The sources get into the implications if this trend grows. Ethics, connection.
Yeah, this is where it gets, more complex. The sources raise the issue of the bond being totally one way.
Unidirectional. The robot simulates feeling, but it can't reciprocate like a human.
Right, so there's a potential for maybe not deception exactly, but
Yeah.
the interaction isn't symmetrical. It's fundamentally artificial on one side.
And the concern is, if we get used to these perfect, easy robots.
Does it make us devalue actual humans,
Yeah.
with all our flaws and challenges, but also our real connections?
That's a heavy question. So, boiling it down, the sources suggest this preference for robot partners might stem from wanting to dodge the hard work of human relationships.
Enabled by tech that's designed for constant, easy, positive interaction.
Which brings us to the final, really interesting point the sources leave us with, something for you, the listener, to think about.
Is this fascination with robot companionship, is it progress? Like, are we freeing ourselves from emotional burdens?
Or is it actually a retreat, a step back from the messy, complex, but ultimately, human stuff, that capacity for a real transformative connection?
What do you think is the true cost of convenience when it comes to companionship?
So that is it. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. If you like the video, please hit the bell icon to get notified, and don't forget to like with your friends, share, and subscribe for more insights. If you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support. It means a lot to me. And please consider signing up for Membership Zone to support Wooden Slate so that we can make it better and better. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Take care and stay safe.